Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body? 0.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something? I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping John. A violent death. But this man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell. If they find out about the passage, nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly. Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea? We have seen some dark places in Cordona, but this... We have seen some dark places in Cordona, but this...
Do you know anything about this?
The law can't help you with that.
Malpal, soaked with salt water. £1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona. A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk. Is this familiar to you?
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
Help me, please.
The law can't help you with that.
Can I ask you a question?
Don't think I can help you, lads.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
You still here?
I'll just look around and do my paperwork. You won't even notice me.
I wish.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
No one deserves to end up in a place like this.
You still here? Your problem, not mine. I've already told you all I've learned.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads. I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
Just washed. Better than nothing to bandage the wound. Nausea and stomach pain is not what he needs now. I'll use it to create a solution. I can use this to stop the infection from spreading. I've collected all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
Thank you.
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Huh. City Hall lubberheads. I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Huh. City Hall lubberheads.
Can I ask you a question?
Don't think I can help you, lads.
Do you know anything about this?
The law can't help you with that.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Back off.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
Are you able to help me?
You work, I count. There are no questions in this formula.
May I ask for your assistance?
You work, I count. There are no questions in this formula.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, pal. I can't remember.
Can I ask you a question?
Please, stop bothering me. I don't know anything.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Could you help me?
I've never heard of it. I'm sorry.
Did you hear? Did you hear? Another sailor.
I was being very stealthy, Sherlock, and you threw it all away. Come on, pull yourself together.
Did you hear? Another sailor's drowned on the beach.
What can I get you, mate? What can I get you, mate?
Excuse me, just one question.
Mate, I have to disappoint you. I know nothing.
Could you help me?
Mate, I have to disappoint you. I know nothing.
Could you help me?
I wish I could help you.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Please, stop bothering me. I don't know anything.
Are you able to help me?
I like you, friend, but I can't help you. You obviously
Excuse me, just one question.
You and I are the economic foundation of this ice. We should help each other. but I don't know what you are talking about.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
May I ask for your assistance?
The law can't help you with that.
We have seen some dark places in Cordona, but this...
Someone was dragged against their will. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. No hint of blood or impact. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. Police boots, always happy to trample evidence. A man's footprint. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal. Clearly a left handprint here. Someone bled profusely here. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
Back off.
No one deserves to end up in a place like this.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards. Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Murder! Beasts!
Unholy howls keeping you inside at night? Luigi can help. All ghosts gone. Meet on southern pier of the Silverton Port. Donations gratefully accepted. This town loves the supernatural, but all I see is another scam to disprove.
The world shrivels under a skeptic's eye. That's why you're so sullen, Sherry. You leave no room for delight in the magical.
I delight in making the unknown known. Let us begin by asking someone about the poster and then pay this Luigi a visit at the port. Excuse me, just one question.
You know nothing of life. Deal with it by yourself.
Are you able to help me?
I don't think I know.
Are you able to help me?
I like your friend, but I can't help you.
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
Murder! Beasts!
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs. Clearly a left handprint here.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill?